Welcome to a basic introduction to mechanical ventilation. This is chapter 2.11, pressure support ventilation. Now in the preceding two sections, we talked about controlled modes of ventilation. This means that the patient got whatever was set, either pressure or volume, if they initiated the breath or after a period of time. Pressure support is a mode of ventilation that's almost completely under the patient's control. The patient triggers the breath, and there is no backup rate. When the patient initiates the breath, the ventilator only steps up the pressure from the PEEP level to a preset pressure that the operator had predetermined. This pressure remains elevated until the patient decides to start exhalation. Exhalation occurs typically when the ventilator notices that the inspiratory flow rate has dropped to 25% of the peak inspiratory flow rate, which is an indication that the patient has finished taking a breath in and now wants to start exhaling. So at that point, the ventilator cycles into exhalation mode. So in pressure support ventilation, the patient controls the triggering of the ventilator, the respiratory rate, and cycling into exhalation, in addition to the tidal volume, depending on the pressure that was set and the mechanics of the patient's lungs. The only variable that you as an operator set is the pressure and the PEEP. In the pre-hospital environment, pressure support is not a common mode of ventilation used because this is the mode we primarily use when weaning a patient from mechanical ventilation. It's not usually used in transport also because there's really no guarantee of the tidal volume delivered and the minute ventilation. As well, it's generally not a good idea to have a patient sedated and paralyzed and then expecting them to control the entire ventilation cycle.